And welcome back. This is your man Warrior. This is Bodhi Rook. He's a light side rebel support, and this is kind of a first look. We're going to do some arena battles with some different compositions to see. Now, I've got some phenomenal mods on him to make him extremely fast, and I've got him to max gear. I'm only missing one piece, which is this piece, which just gives him plus 20% resistance. I have all of his abilities at level 7 or Omega. I have not obviously Zeta'd this, and I do not plan on Zeta his double duty. And then Spotter, I do not have Omega'd. So that's the only thing, is I'm missing one piece and a couple, some Omegas. That's about it. He is a little over 9,000 power, which is decent for a support character. And overall stats, let's just kind of go in and see how I built him. He has a little bit of health, superficial, some protection. To combined, he's roughly right around 40,000, which for support is about right. I have his speed almost to 250, his critical damage at 186. His potency doesn't matter. Not only does he raise potency, but so does Jin Urso as the lead, and that's who I'm planning on taking in as the lead. He has relatively high tenacity, kind of out the gate at 56% with the mods that I've added. His physical damage I raised up a little bit, got it almost to 2,500, so he's going to be kind of an average hitter, and his critical chance leaves something to be desired. You really want it around 44%, but that is what it is. I was trying to add speed, so I was kind of trying to make him fast as possible. Special damage over almost 3,200, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and try him out in a couple of different team compositions, and we'll check that out. Now, the first team composition I'm going to go against is about the worst case scenario. Darth Maul, Zeta, his little brother Savage, Zeta, Emperor Palpatine, totally maxed and super fast. General Kenobi, other than not being 7 stars, totally and completely maxed, over 220 speed, and Darth Nihilus over 200 speed, 4-star, but he's just as viable at 4-star as he is at 7 stars. So this is about the worst case scenario team you could go against, and the whole point of Bodhi Rook, at least that's kind of what he's being billed, is an evasion down type character for rebels to really help with, your Rogue One rebel team to try to deal with this meta of Darth Maul lead. So I've got the Darth Maul lead. We're going to go ahead and go after this one. Like I said, this is about the worst case scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put in the Rogue One team, but we're going to make some substitutions so we can try him out, because a lot of people want to know how you're going to build it. So Jin will always be the lead. She really is the best lead. Chirrut and Baze are going to always need to be in the background for durability and stability for your team. And then if you're going to switch out Cassian and K2SO for, Bodhi and someone, then that's the way it would work, I would assume, because when you're taking out one K2SO, you lose that a lot of synergy with the other player. We'll try Biston, we'll try Han Solo, and we'll try him with Cassian. Alright. Stunned, Darth Nihilus, dazed. We're not starting off very well at all. Now this will put evasion down on the target, which I got. We're going to clean everybody up. And we are going to go ahead and let's try to stun the stunner. There we go. We're going to put Frenzy up. We're going to get rid of all of that retribution. We're going to try and take away his turn meter, which it didn't work. And let's go ahead and give Bodhi another turn. But Biston gets another turn first. And then let's take away turn meter from Empire and give turn meter to my team. Yeah, little bump. It didn't seem like a whole lot. Okay, let's go ahead and go after Emperor Palpatine next for his stuns. We did have evasion down on him, but they've got Savage, and the problem with Savage is he's going to cleanse them. So, we gave them the ability to... we missed him. The evasion down in theory works great, but if you've got Savage, he's going to cleanse your team, and that is a problem because you're not going to be able to keep the things on him. And now we're losing everybody pretty quickly. So you can see this failed pretty miserably. They're too squishy, and with Savage. Now without Savage, maybe there would be more durability with this team. Of course, the evasion meta also prevents us from being able to hit them half of the time. And we're going for Savage because he was the only one available. And you can see, of course, Turret and Base trying to make it, but with that Savage cleanse, there's no way to get through this team with this particular setup. Not without, like, perfect RNG. And Darth Nihilus any second now will have the insta-kill ability. Of course it won't matter because Savage would have that too. Alright, so there we go. There's trial number 1 with Biston. No movement. Let's try another team composition. Alright, this time we're going to use Cassian just to see if a simple substitution of K2SO for him is going to work. Now remember, this is, like I said, we're going against about the worst case scenario because we have a Zeta Savage who's going to cleanse all the debuffs that we're trying to apply. And the truth is, the majority of teams out there are not going to have a Zeta Savage. The other thing is I do not have Jyn Erso Zeta as far as her not being able to be stunned, and if you could actually prevent her from being stunned, it would make a significant difference. Let's put speed everybody up first. They resisted it. And let's try and stun him. He resisted that. Get rid of at least him. We'll work through. With Cassian, he definitely does a little better. So we've got evasion down on him. We critically hit him and he's going to cleanse himself, unfortunately. And Savage keeps coming out of stealth, which is super irritating. So definitely we're doing better. There's evasion down. Of course, he'll cleanse that the moment he gets hit critically. So we'll leave Savage to the end. Oh, he took out my leader. Let's see if we can take Savage out. There we go. And this is... Okay, we lost Jyn Erso to Nihilus, and I'll tell you, Darth Nihilus is... he's the real deal for sure. He can take out anybody, so that was a better run. Cassian is definitely got to be in there for all of those debuffs and for buff immunity and for a number of other things. So definitely want that. We're going to try it one more time, and we're going to put in Han Solo. So here's another team, Scourge 2000. And I wanted to try it against more of a kind of an all Sith team as well. I can't go backwards, so I can't fight the last guy I just fought because I beat him, and so he's behind me now. So I can only fight first, second, or third, and the only Sith in the top 3 right now is Scourge. This is an extremely fast team because of the Sith Assassin. So this will be a good example of an extremely fast team, what it will be like. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same team I was using, except for, again, we're going to switch out Cassian, and we're going to put in Han Solo. And the purpose here is we're trying to show, 3 different compositions and which one works the best. Now, Han Solo, you can get, but you can only get him in the Rancor Heroic, so you'll have to be in a team good enough to unlock him, otherwise you won't have this ability to do this composition. But the same is true with Chirrut being able to farm him, which is pretty difficult now, and Baze, which is really, really hard to farm. But Baze, you can use at 3 stars, he's totally viable. So let's go ahead and see if we add Han Solo, how this goes against a Sith team. And we don't have a Savage Zeta in this team, so I'll be interested to see how much better or worse this team does without that. Now, the good news is I get to go first because of Han Solo, so we're going to target Sith Assassin and hope we get a hit, because she could dodge this. And then, of course, if we get a hit, it should stun, which kind of throws a wrench in their plans. And since they're all stealthed, that was good. We're able to get their speed demon away. Now we can start focusing on all their other characters. And now that they're stealthed, we can kind of just go for whoever we want to. Really, the biggest threat is Emperor Palpatine and or Nihilus. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this third ability right here. It removes turn meter from enemies, which there's a couple of Empire, so that will be 20% from the Empire will go away, and then we'll gain 20% turn meter. So all my characters should get 20% turn meter. Let's try and stun the stunner. Alright, we're going to try to finish Darth Nihilus off next. See if we can get a stun on him. Nope. Get some evasion down on him. Took away his turn meter. Take away some more turn meter from them. And that was much better. I would say this is definitely a more difficult team composition to play against, and we're not playing against a Zeta Savage. There's so many possibilities with these teams that it's really hard to be definitive and say absolutely this guy's good or absolutely this guy's not. You know, the question is Bodhi Rook worth a slot in your team? on your Rogue One team or on another Rebels team, and really his ability to remove turn meter and gain turn meter for the team is superficial at best. It did not seem like it did much, and it's even something that I noticed they dodge, so it's interesting to see them resist that. His potency with Gen lead is significantly higher than it is at his base. So the question is he worthy for the call targets and the spotter, really the 2 evasion down? And I would say that for that purpose, no. And I would also say that adding him onto my Rogue One team made it a little weaker going against the Sith than if I would have had K2SO in there instead of him and have the Cassian K2SO combo. So if it's my opinion, I would say Bodhi Rook is an okay rebel, does just fine in a rebel team, is a very easy farm, but his gearing is atrocious and you got to make him super fast, and even then his ability kit, his set, a kit, are not as good as even K2SO. So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments down below. As always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.